Hi, in this video I'm going to show you some of the basic features of your TI30-XIIS calculator. Start by turning your calculator on. For this first problem we have -4 minus -3. Do notice that this is a minus, these other two are negative signs. So to type this in your calculator, we'll have to type the -4. Then we have your minus button, minus, put a parentheses, -3, close your parentheses, and push enter to get an answer of -1. Be careful that the minus and the negative are different buttons on your calculator. Now we have an exponent, 12 squared. Type in 12. To get your squared, you have your x squared button right here. So 12 squared, enter, tells you that the answer is 144. Now we have -9 raised to the 4th power, where -9 is in parentheses. Make sure you open a parentheses, type your -9, close your parentheses. To get any exponent beside a 2, we need to use this caret button right above the x squared button. So -9 to the power of 4 is equal to a positive 6,561. Next question looks similar, except we don't have the parentheses. So -9, again push your power button to the 4th, equals a negative 6,561. So these parentheses really do make a difference. Now we have fractions. We have 11/12 plus 11/6. This ABC button is your fraction button on the calculator. So to type 11/12, we're going to type 11 ABC 12. So that's 11/12 on the calculator, plus 1/6 is 1 ABC 6. Enter. The calculator tells you that weird symbol, which means 1 and 1/12. So when you see that 1 with a little U shape, 1/12, that's a way of writing a mixed number, 1 and 1/12. But what if you wanted this as an improper fraction instead? Well, to do that, we're going to push the second button, second, and then the ABC button. So above the ABC button, you probably can't see it in here, but it says ABC with a double arrow and then DE. That button converts a mixed number into an improper fraction. So our improper fraction is 13/12. And again, these buttons do toggle, so if I hit second ABC again, it will change back into a 1 and 1/12. Push it again, it changes back to 13/12. Now we have some mixed numbers. To type in a mixed number, you're going to use your fraction button. So -37, ABC 2, ABC 3. So that is how you type -37 and 2/3 into your calculator. Now we have a minus 4 and 1/3. So you just use your ABC button twice when you're typing in a mixed number. Tells us the answer for this problem is -42. Now we have two mixed numbers that are multiplied. To type this in, we'll have a parentheses, 3 ABC 1 ABC 7. Close your parentheses, open a parentheses, make sure you type a negative, not a minus. -4 ABC 2 ABC 3. Close your parentheses, enter. It tells us that the answer is -14 and 2/3. To change this into an improper fraction, we can push second ABC to give us the answer of -44/3. Let's do a little bit more. Right above the ABC button is the PRB button, and written in blue letters above that button, it says F with a double arrow and a D. That stands for fraction convert to decimal. So to convert this -44 thirds into a decimal, push second FD, enter. And again, that's on the button right above ABC, the PRB button. Above the PRB button, you see F double arrow D. So that converted our -44 thirds into a decimal. If I want to convert the decimal back into a fraction, I first have to do second FD to give us the -14 2/3. Then, if I wanted an improper fraction, we'd have to do second ABC. Let's change this back into a decimal. A common mistake or problem that people have is they don't change it into a fraction first. If you want to change this to a fraction, you first have to do second FD. But if you do second ABC first, it won't do anything. You first have to change it into a fraction with your second FD button, then your second ABC button. For this next question, we have a decimal, 2.875, that we want to convert into a fraction. To change a decimal into a fraction, push second FD to get an answer of 2 7/8. Push second ABC to convert that mixed number into an improper fraction. And again, these toggle back and forth. For this last question, we have a fraction with more than one thing on the top and on the bottom. If you're going to type this in your calculator, you absolutely must put parentheses around the top and around the bottom. If you don't put those parentheses, the calculator will give you the wrong answer. So we have parentheses, 114 minus 2 times 3. Close the parentheses for the numerator. Push your divide button. Your fraction button will not work when there's more than one thing on the bottom. So you use your divide button instead. Open a parentheses, 6 plus 4. Close your parentheses, enter. It tells us the answer is 10.8. But if we want this as a fraction instead, we have to click second FD to change to a mixed number. And if we want an improper fraction, push second ABC again, or I guess not again, but push second ABC to get your improper fractions. Thanks for watching.